Wear the mask, Iron Lungs. How can you not wear a mask? Because I'm not a method actor lost in pretend land. Stay-at-home dads keeping the nuclear family together aren't considered essential workers according to the Atlantic, and I don't identify as a liberal trans Muslim housewife either. Holla! Thank you very much! Last, I'll wear the mask at the supermarket because I have to, not because I'm bugging over the prospect of catching the Chinese black lung, because I've been sucking down high octane weed out of a metal bat for 3 decades straight, and my lungs feel great. Dice lives. Holla! Thank you very much. NPR isn't biased. They interviewed a cop last week to ask him questions on whether blue balls matters, since the eradication of bail eliminates any sustained stiffage over the prospect of cops being able to keep the bad guys off the streets by the time de Blasio wraps up his 10-pound curl regimen at the Park Slope Y. Holla! Thank you very much! Most people don't know this, but Birdbrain, de Blasio, his wife, his African-American wife, used to be a hardcore Park Slope lesbo. Yet, we're supposed to believe garlic breath converted her? Also, last time I checked, de Blasio, Birdbrain, eats pizza with a fork and knife. So can you honestly picture de Blasio all of a sudden burying his beak into his wife's bean pie without wearing a mask with such sloppy sudden abandon? That's a plausible theory to digest. Holla! Thank you very much! All lives matter is the new N-word. Imagine JJ Redick wearing an All Lives Matter logo on his NBA jersey. This year, his wife screams, "You might as well cancel your Dollar Shave Club subscription and slit your wrists with what you got before they enact your premature retirement from breathing." Holla! Thank you very much! So before my wife went to work tonight, she said that she wanted to spit in my face for citing stats such as, so if COVID's such a big deal, then why is the death tally this year the same as last? So how would you explain this like sudden surge in spikings exactly? And then I said, also only 6% of the actual COVID, only 6% of these deaths are like purely COVID related. You know, and because the reason why is because you have a lot of these deaths that are being classified as COVID, because once the coroner takes one look at a body and says, this corpse smells worse than Walmart in fucking July, just fucking dump him in the COVID MAGA hat deplorable death pool with the rest. Holla! Thank you very much! I just heard a beep from most likely from LinkedIn, an old friend of mine, headhunter pal. Just call him Tubbs. Still call him Tubbs. This is back when Xvideos. Was it Xvideos? No, YouPorn. When YouPorn came into the scene. It was also, we worked together. I'll never forget it. It was 9/11. And I remember going to work that day. I worked in Century City, right outside of Beverly Hills. And I was getting my shitty espresso. And I looked on TV and I saw, the first plane hit the World Trade Center. Of course, I know from a reference I thought it was a movie, and then I remember rushing into the office. Not rushing into the office, I went to the office as usual, thinking that wasn't out of the fucking ordinary as like a new Schwarzenegger film. And then he says the World Trade Center's been hit. And So if you wonder where the freaking venom comes from, as far as me attacking Obama as much as I have, is it stems from 9/11. Now, did Obama cause 9/11? No, but there are rumors that he did not take out Bin Laden, and if you remember, he did take out Bin Laden. He didn't take him out. Allegedly, the Navy SEALs took out the real Bin Laden right before election time. Remember the picture with Hillary? She acted all aghast. Oh my God, we're about to kill Bin Laden, right? Don't think that cold-hearted bitch would actually show a fucking pulse because they were going to take out Bin Laden? I don't think so. Holla! Thank you very much! And the rumor is that the reason why Obama gave all the money to Iran was because it was a form of a ransom payment, because they knew that the Bin Laden that we took out was actually a body double and an imposter. And if you remember, he was hiding out in Pakistan forever. And that helicopter, there was a helicopter shooting that happened it was either Iraq or Afghanistan, but the majority of the Navy SEALs that were there for the attack against Bin Laden or his body double ended up dying in that crash. So I'm basically writing my death warrant right now because the deep state is aware of who I am, because I'm staring at a letter from POTUS himself. Dear Michael, thank you for taking the time to express your support and send a thoughtful gift. That gift was Resist This, my book, my election year comedy special. I'm continually inspired by the generous spirit of proud Americans like you. My administration is focused on promoting freedom and opportunity so that our nation continues to thrive. I will never stop fighting for the values that we cherish. Your steadfast support means a great deal to Melania and me. How do you not get aroused in the most patriotic, protruding fashion imaginable when he mentions sweet FLOTUS Melania? May God bless you, and may he continue to bless the United States of America. Sincerely, Donald Trump. Gotta love it. I sent him Doodle Dad Does Jokes prior, and I actually have the two letters. I'm looking at them right now. My son, we did a switcheroo where the old letter did not have the personalized salutation, and so we took out the old letter and we put the new letter that's read to you in the frame, and it looks like $1 million. And my son did it all for me because he's proud of me, and I love making my children proud. I just can't wait to get that fucking Commodore Go-Mobile already, and then we could be riding high long time, all the time. Holla. And I can thank the Almighty for making that possible and say, thank you very much! I firmly believe that President Trump won't allow this blatant fraud to happen, because if he did, the American experiment, republic, America the beautiful, everything we hold precious and dear will go fucking kaput. And there's no way that this guy, this patriot, has killed himself for 4+ years, endured all the slinging arrows that he has, all just to call it quits and get cold feet when he understands the power that he has. He understands he's got the military backing, and he definitely doesn't want to be known as the president that allowed our democracy to cease to fucking exist. Not be the best legacy in the world. And if anyone's capable of rising to the challenge and taking out these evil usurpers of freedom and democracy and liberty, everything we hold cherish, everything we cherish in this country is Donald Trump. And it would be unfortunate on so many levels if he were not to take care of business and deliver the smackdown of justice, knowing that there are so many people like myself that, and 80 million others, but not every single one, that have sacrificed, and just like POTUS has, but haven't had that, fuck you money at our disposal, who have been discriminated against as far as job opportunities, and the COVID thing, and we all know that was designed to take out the amazing economy that was ushered under the Trump administration due to a lot of new initiatives such as the lower taxes and less business regulations and providing opportunity zones for African Americans and blah blah blah. So yeah, I've had prayers to God where I say, God, like, I'm really sorry for ever getting skeptical, for ever questioning, your will. And and I had these conversations with God. I'm thinking, well, is there a possibility that you're just so disgusted with our media and our alleged great comedic minds, and this is your way of saying, okay, well, I'm going to show you what real evil is and have the fucking pedophile Hayden Biden in the White House, and you'll have see the real meaning of pain and suffering, and you'll be praying for the opportunity to have the glimmer of light that POTUS once represented to America. But that would be very hardcore of God. It's outside of my control. But what I can do is I can speak my own truth. I can continue to work on my comedy craft. And I can continue to reach out to agents that won't touch you with a fucking 10-foot pole, because no one knows what the fuck the future's going to bring. But if in the end, if this awful freaking evil is allowed to persist, I will pursue a career as a freelance contract writer, because I'm most valued from home. I would love to write about disruptive educators today. What I mean by that is that I think it's safe to say that you want to talk about the great experiment. Our universities have failed our children wholeheartedly. If you look at Antifa, you look at BLM, and how they allow all that awfulness to persist, all the hate, all the victimhood. It's like the antithesis of American exceptionalism and accepting responsibility for your own future. And the thing is, you have schools, you have PragerU, and as a humorless Jew, but you made a movie with Adam Carolla, so you got to suck him off. But they are providing alternative forms of education that isn't, white man is, the bane of all evil. So, and that's a good thing. And I would like to play a leading part in shining a spotlight on alternative forms of education, charter schools, anything that offers school choice, anything that offers a new lease on life, anything that isn't sending your kid to fucking Harvard so they learn how to cheat and steal, and the idea for Facebook and have the CIA back them and have them be the model of success in our society today. And you got trade schools. They were never discussed where I grew up in Westchester County. Everyone's, oh, you gotta go to SAT and go to school. Meanwhile for me, I went to school, Lake Forest College, North Shore of Illinois. Decided to pursue a degree in communications. Had a radio show. It was Barbara Howard a little bit back in the day, before I came Weird Week Howard. And then ended up going to Ithaca, in the School of Communications. But I went to community college for a semester, and that allowed me to transfer to Ithaca and eventually get into the communication program. So my point being, and that was great, it was a huge turning point for me. I developed like regional New York pride again after being in school in the Midwest for a couple of years. So I wrote a pilot called Heavy Metal High, where I pitched a VH1 Classic, where Dice plays my life coach, my Tony Robbins. It's like my adopted father figure that encourages me to use high school as a giant open mic to pursue all my interests, figure out what I rock at, which is gonna make me feel most alive. And I just feel that that message is not imparted at all. And if our country's gonna have any fucking future, that's gonna be, you know, something to look forward to and worthwhile, and a country that we'd be proud of again. It's gonna start with kids, respecting history and being, taught about American, greats and culture, like the John Coltrane's, that the Jim Morrisons, Charles Bukowski's, Henry Miller's, the Kid Rocks of the world, Poison, Cinderella. I'd hate to start my own college universities, like basically the conclusion that I've reached today, called the Doodle Dead Institute of Higher Learning. This is the Doodle Dead Your podcast, dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. You also have accelerated coding schools that are also used for UX design, like General Assembly. We don't have to go to college for a gazillion years, and it costs like nearly the fraction of the price. I would love to have a podcast writing platform where I can interview all those players. And I think that would be a great way to carry out God's will and to provide a lot of mitzvah-laden good into the world. And where I wouldn't end up another fucking temperamental, egocentric bitch, like the way Albert Brooks has become or always was. I'll talk to you guys soon.